Hello everyone. So it's date 20. So I have March 23rd Indian Express explained page again. So there are a few important articles over this. One is about Gulal Gota. So do not need to read this article, but what this article is saying that it is a holy tradition of Jaipur. So we have to remember that thing, Gulal Gota. And another article is about the allegation against Kejriwal. So these are the allegations against Kejriwal that is not of our use. So, but there is one article that is relevant to case predicate offense proceeds of crime. So that is an important article to read. So let us see this article what it is going to say. One need not to be an accused in the predicate offense to be an accused under PMLA. Additional Solicitor General S.V. Raju told a Delhi court on Friday while seeking remand of Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. What Raju meant was that even if Kejriwal has not been named as an accused in the corruption case itself, Delhi's excise policy case, he can be booked for the offense of launching proceeds of crime derived from the case. The distinction brings to focus the debate on whether money laundering is a standalone offense or whether it is extrinsically linked to a larger predicate offense. So, what is a predicate offense and how can an individual be booked for money laundering separately? So, what is predicate offense? The Prevention of Money Laundering Act criminalizes money laundering as whosoever directly or indirectly attempts to indulge or knowingly assist or knowingly is a part or is actually involved in any process or activity connected with the proceeds of crime, including its concealment, possession, acquisition, or use, and projecting or claiming it as untainted property shall be guilty of offense of money laundering. Okay. So here, proceeds of crime is any property derived or obtained directly or indirectly by any person as a result of criminal activity relating to a scheduled offense. The law also defines scheduled offenses which are listed in two schedules attached to the PMLA. These acts in the scheduled act are also called predicate offenses. A plain reading shows that to be accused of money laundering, one has to be tied to the scheduled offense, which in Kejriwal's case would be under the Prevention of Corruption Act. However, he is not named as an accused in the excise case itself. So, what courts have said in a judgment delivered on July 27, 2022, in the Vijay Mandal Chaudhary and others versus Union of India case, in which Supreme Court upheld key provisions of the PMLA, the court had said that if an accused in the predicate offense is acquitted or discharged, he cannot be prosecuted for the offense punishable under PMLA. But what if an accused is not even shown as an accused in any scheduled or predicate offense? The Supreme Court in the Pavana Dibbar versus Enforcement Directorate verdict delivered in November last year answered this question. The verdict by Justice Abhay Oka and Pankaj Mittal said that an accused in the PMLA case who comes into the picture after the scheduled offense is committed as by assisting in the concealment or use of proceeds of crime need not to be accused in the scheduled offense. Here, the proceeds of crime that the accused has allegedly concealed or possessed must simply be linked to the scheduled offense. Such an accused can still be prosecuted under PMLA so long as the scheduled offense exists, the court had said. Essentially, whether Kejriwal has used allegedly tainted money that forms the proceeds of crime in the excise scam will be a question that will only be decided at the time of his trial. However, for that trial to happen, the trial in the excise scam itself has to take place. So, what is important to note in this article is the predicate offense. So this is an important term, the predicate offense. So we need to know what is predicate offense. So moving on to the next important article, that is the somewhat related to Taliban problem, that is not our concern but maybe become our concern in future, but right now it is Pakistan's concern. So let us see what is happening in the Pakistan region along with the Afghanistan border. So on March 18, Pakistan announced that it had carried out air strikes against, and moreover, Pakistan has done air strikes in Taliban, Afghanistan, because Pakistan is facing a double trouble of Taliban as well as the Baloch Liberation Army that is active in the Balochistan, which has recently attacked the Gwadar port. So we have to see both the things in in both the things together, not in silo. So let us see. On March 18, Pakistan announced that it had carried out air strikes against militant affiliated with the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, that is TTP, inside Afghanistan. The Taliban regime in Kabul said that the Pakistani strikes had in fact killed 5 women and 3 children. So all eight are civilians, as per the claim of the Taliban. So the Pakistani Foreign Ministry said terrorists belong to the TTP's Hafiz Gul Bahadur group were targeted after the outfit claimed responsibility for the March 16 attack on an army outpost in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, in which 7 personnel, including 2 officers, were killed. The Pakistani military said the attack in North Waziristan was carried out by terrorists who had safe haven across the border in Afghanistan, and alleged that the recent wave of terrorism has the full support and assistance of Afghanistan. The Pakistan Foreign Office said that over the past 2 years, it had repeatedly conveyed its serious concern to the interim Afghan government over the presence of terror outfits. On his part, the spokesperson for the Kabul regime, Zabiullah Mujahid, said the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan does not allow anyone to compromise security by using Afghan territory. So Pakistan now getting the taste of its own medicine. So the Pakistan Taliban, the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan was set up in 2007 as an umbrella group of several militant outfits with the aim of imposing a strict version of Islam on the country. The TTP has ideological linkages with the Afghan Taliban, whom the Pakistan security establishment had nurtured for many years. Pakistan had expected that the regime that came to power in Kabul in August 2021 would stop the use of Afghan soil against Pakistan by expelling TTP operatives. However, Pakistan says Kabul has refused to rein in the TTP. The country's special representatives to Afghanistan, Ambassador Asif Durrani, said on March 16 that some 5,000 to 6,000 TTP militants have taken shelter in Afghanistan. Okay, the American bombing of Afghanistan in the aftermath of the attacks of the September 11, 2001 drove the original Taliban leadership in Kandahar to Quetta, capital of Pakistan's Balochistan province, where the hardline Islamist movement gained more cadres and new leaders. Contrary to the perception that the Pakistani Taliban movement emerged after the 11 September attacks, the movement was in fact already active in Afghanistan and only returned home after the demise of Afghan regime. The journalist Abu Bakr Siddiqui wrote in his book The Pashtun Question, The Unresolved Key to the Future of Pakistan and Afghanistan 2014. While the leadership and the majority of Taliban cadre were from Waziristan, the movement attracted followers and allies from across Pakistan's federally administered tribal areas, that is FATA, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, the eastern Punjab province, and the southern Sindh province, Siddiqui wrote. So, terrorist attack in Pakistan. The Pakistani government blamed the TTP for the December 2007 assassination of former Prime Minister Benazir Bhutto, and the US CIA said on January 2008 that it believed the TTP was involved. The TTP denied the accusation. At the zenith of its power, the TTP's extended network sometimes controlled the large swaths of territory in the northwestern Pakistan. So Baitullah Mahsood, the founder leader of the TTP, appeared on magazine's Time 100 list of the world's most influential people in 2008. But his August 2009 death in a US drone strike precipitated in the TTP's decline, Siddiqui wrote. Among the many attacks the TTP had claimed over the years, two stand out: the school bus shooting of Malala Yousafzai, the winner of 2014 Nobel Peace Prize, who was then a young activist blogger, and two other schoolgirl in October 2012, and the attack on the Army Public School in Peshawar in December 2014, in which 132 school children and 9 school staff were massacred. So, snakes in the backyard. Pakistan's frustration with the Afghanistan's Taliban refusal to act against TTP reminds many of the former US Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's observation that Pakistan could not nurture snakes with the expectation that they would only bite its enemies. So in 2011, Clinton said at a joint news conference with the then Foreign Minister Hina Rabbani Khar, it is like that old story. You can't keep snakes in your backyard and expect them only to bite your neighbors. In 2014-15, the Pakistan Armed Forces carried out Operation Zarbe Azb, an expensive operation against militants, including the TTP, in the country's northwest, killing an estimated 3,500 insurgents. For India and Afghanistan, military strikes against the TTP confirmed further that the Pakistan army did have the capacity to act against terrorists, but it was selective in doing so and clearly excluding from it action group which targeted India and the Afghanistan. The former Indian High Commissioner to Pakistan, TCA Raghavan, wrote in his book The People Next Door: The Curious History of India's Relation with Pakistan. In an article in the Pakistani Daily Dawn on March 20, Zahid Hussain, a leading commentator, pointed to evidence that the Afghan Taliban were involved with the TTP and expressed concern over the potential use of modern weapons left behind by NATO and the former Afghan army. Hussain noted that given their old connections with the ideological proximity, the Afghan Taliban would not take action against their fellow jihadists. The absence of a coherent strategy on Pakistan's part has also allowed the TTP to claw back some lost space. Indeed, the policy of appeasement has come back to haunt us, Hussain wrote. For New Delhi, this is a we told you so moment. This is we told you so moment, right? A good one. It would it would want Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and Army Chief General Asim Munir to take concrete steps over the next few months against all terror outfits, irrespective of their motivation, so that a possible window for dialogue is opened. So, another important term that can be used in the means answer writing, the we told you moment, we told you so moment, and predicate offense that we have seen in the previous article. So these are two important things that from today's newspaper. Otherwise, everything is almost get repeated. So we will see 24th March very soon. Till then,